Hi, and welcome to the We Adventure Northwest podcast. I'm Wes, also known as We. I've been adventuring over 5 decades now, and man, do I have some stories to tell you. So join me, the intern, who just happens to be my wife, and the girlfriends. Yeah, she knows all about the girlfriends. So grab a beer and join us on the porch. And so I can actually play a little bit here before you guys even... And now you guys get quiet.
Huh? I played with Mike seeing what works.
Yeah.
You like to play with Mike. It's fun.
Whatever you do, don't put it there. Don't put it there. Okay. So we're going to start this out while we're laughing. Hey, welcome to We Adventure Northwest. I'm We. The intern is out tonight. She is under the weather, so we are not hearing from the intern. But I do have the Baja crew here. And if you remember last time we all got together, it was a preempted Baja.
It was.
It was before Baja.
Yep.
But how we like to start the show is we talk about what we're drinking. It's a beer on the porch, right? So this time, since we've all been down to Baja, we kind of got onto, it's a Tecate Light, right? Everybody's so quiet. You guys nervous?
No, just soaking up the Tecate.
Yeah, right on. So, yeah, we're drinking not a Northwest beer tonight. It's all Tecate Light. I don't know if I can drink the hard stuff.
The regular Tecates not so good.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No, but it's hecho in Mexico since 1944.
Yeah, so there we go. Do you even see the percentage on it? No percentage. I don't see it, but
yeah,
yeah. So if you want to get hydrated,
non-alcoholic
Tecate. Oh man. Okay, so I thought I'd start the show with, since I got all you guys back. We made it down to Mexico, and we didn't go to jail, which is always a good thing.
Always a plus.
We didn't get a shakedown, which I think is a better thing. Made the intern feel a lot better that we didn't get shaken. Because she had the horror. I told her, I guess I prepped her for the worst. But so that's all good. So we got Keith Sattel here.
Yep.
Next to me, a.k.a. Billy Soto.
Soto.
A.k.a. You got any more?
Kiko
aliases?
Suarez.
Okay.
Ryan Knudsen.
Okay.
and Kevin Santel.
Right on. So if you know any of those guys, that's who's sitting next to me. Oh, yeah. We got Ryan Paul next to me, across from me. Like to call him RP. We got Grant.
Yep.
He's in here with me. So now, last time we went around the table and found out what everybody rides. So I think I want to, because...
Well, that was what we were riding that day.
That's true. That is true. And everybody doesn't listen to these one at a time. They jump in wherever. So I do want to say, let's go around the table. Tell me what you're riding and what you like about it. We'll start with RP. We'll start with you. What are you riding?
An 06 250X.
Right on. Good bike. That's actually one of my preferred trail bikes
It's
for the woods.
stay for a while.
Yeah. Lightweight, easy to handle. You can whip that thing around. Billy. You got multiple ones, I would say.
Yeah, I got a stable full. All red. Mostly 450Xs. And then got the wife's 250X, which is fun for the trails.
Yeah, very.
And... yeah, those are the daily rides.
Right on. And as you guys know, we've been talking in last couple episodes. We've got a Baja build going on. Keith is helping me kind of prep my bike. My old 450, my 05 450X that I have. We're going to kind of give it some love, I guess
some TLC.
we'd say. Yeah.
It's getting there.
And yeah, it's looking good. It's feeling good. Every time I was telling these guys, I get giddy because now every time I go to the shop, I go over there. First thing I do is I lift up the swing arm.
Oh,
Because the
gosh,
swing
yeah.
arm was frozen last time, and it's
Oh.
like, oh my God, the thing's like butter.
Yep.
So, you can burp into the.
No.
You're good.
That
think it
swing
can
arm
handle
had
it.
not seen grease since the factory.
No, yeah, it had factory grease
Yeah.
in it still. Yeah, all of it.
It looks good. I saw it tonight.
Yeah, I think Keith almost broke his hand trying to
I heard about this.
get that out. Yeah, so
Yep. It'll
I
be on
just
the
told
bill.
him walk it off. We got a bike to build. Just walk it off. Grant, what are you riding?
I have a Yamaha 450. It's 2010, and then the KLX 110 pit bike.
Right
Nice.
on. We got to
Those
get the
guys.
pit bike out here.
The pit bikes are where it's at now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So much fun.
Yeah. So me, I have the 450 we're building, and then KTM, my little 350. It's my go-to trail bike because it's so light, and I just like it's easy to throw around. But what I got you guys here for was let's talk Baja. How was our trip? Long. The drive. Oh, let's start out with the drive here.
So I've gotten used to it. I moved up here at the end of 2011.
Okay.
So starting in 12 was making the trips back down there. And I've gotten used to the drive. But yeah, it's a day.
Okay,
The
for
whole day.
us, yeah, it's how far? Because we made the round. We went to your dad's and we
Yep.
stayed overnight there.
So to my dad's house, I want to say is just over 950 miles.
Yeah,
And I think we did that in like 16 hours straight through.
yeah.
So,
With a few stops too,
yeah, I mean the fuel and the
in and out.
In and
out.
You guys
Small
had to
block.
go to the in
Yeah.
and out. Yeah.
Did we hit two?
Two
on the way down?
Was it two or yeah?
Two
It
or
was at
three. We did. I
least
think we
two.
hit two, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I know one of the years. I think it was when I took Leon and Ray. I
Yeah.
think we hit 3 on the way down and 2 on the way
Oh
home.
damn!
That was
So it
good
took
time.
us how long to get your dad's?
I want to say right about 16 hours.
And that's
with gas
around the
stops.
LA area. Right?
Yep. So we're 60 miles east of LA in San Bernardino. That's
Right.
where I grew up.
So, and then we still have to hit.
So then from
the
there,
border.
we're still
We're still
100 miles to the border, and then another probably 130 kilometers to Ensenada.
yeah. So that's another half a day
Yeah.
for sure, just to get down there. So it took us a good day and a half.
Yeah.
To get down there.
Yep.
Ryan, I don't know about you, but my ass was pretty sore
ass hurt
from
so
sitting
bad.
in the
So bad.
back seat. That's
From sitting.
Oh
Just
yeah,
from sitting.
that's a long
There's not
time
enough
to
room to do
sit.
anything else.
That's a long. Yeah. No, there was no.
It
there-
is tight back there,
yeah.
but I had my little nest.
I was
So
gonna
I just-
say, I felt like I was in prison. No, it was like, yeah, I was like back in prison, back in
yeah.
my
Great.
jail days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So long trip. I enjoyed it though.
It was
I mean,
fun.
it was fun.
We laughed.
Just the
probably way too
drive
much.
down was actually pretty fun.
So yeah, nothing against any of the other crew members I've ever taken down, but I think I laughed the most with you guys. Had a real good time.
Yeah, I
Everybody
think
got
we had
along.
a good
And,
time.
yeah,
Getting through the border. Okay, so this is something that the intern asked me. She was going, she was real sketchy and thinking, was the border real tough to get through? And like I told her, it took us. I mean, you prepped us because you've been down there so many times that we're probably going to get scanned. We're going to get pulled over to the side, but it was amazing because we just pulled in, basically showed them. I don't remember. Did we show them our passports?
I
I don't think
don't
we
remember
did.
if we did or
No,
not. I don't
did.
think we did. We just pulled up, and those. Remember the one guy? I mean, they saw the trophy trucks off to the side, and
Yeah.
they were like waved us in and over to the trophy truck.
I think that really helped having those other chase trucks and a couple pre-runners come in at the same time as us.
Yeah.
Everybody's focus was on them. And, yeah, normally we go through the initial screening,
Yeah.
and then they'll send us to secondary. We'll pull off, and they'll look in the back. And then the third section is that
Rectal exam.
yeah,
The rectum is it the rec?
The rectal exam.
Oh,
the X-ray
I
machine.
thought that was at the toll booth.
Yeah. The X-ray machine, and so yeah, this is the first time in a decade that I have not gone to secondary or
Yeah, because I told the intern it took us about 30 seconds
Yeah.
to get through.
yeah, that was a good start to the trip.
Yeah, I was amazed.
You know
And then-
something's going to go wrong when it's that easy getting in to Mexico.
And then being a Northwest kid, well, not really kid, but going down through there, I didn't realize, you always hear about the wall,
Uh-huh.
and we drove right next to it, and some bitch is pretty big.
Freaking
That
wall.
is.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a wall. Holy crap. Okay, Mr. President, I can see why you need some cash. Keep it going. So anyways, we get down there.
Well, do we want to back up if we're going
Yeah,
chronological?
Oh, let's go.
Do we want to talk about the burritos?
Oh, my God,
Oh,
the burritos.
burritos.
We
Yeah.
should have pinned that. Yeah. So, about mile 500 on the way down. You guys
Yeah.
and Grant, you've been down there before,
Yeah, this
so
is my
you
second
knew.
year.
Yeah, so you knew all about this. But RP and I are like, we don't know. And you guys started talking about these burritos.
Had you ever had them?
No.
Because you lived down there.
I did, but I'd never had
you
them
hadn't.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, this restaurant called Rosa Maria's in San Bernardino. It started off Sierra Way, tiny little hole in the wall building, that just amazing food, and they've now built themselves into maybe 4 locations, like some nice sit down style. Oh, just delicious. Though, so they're known for their garbage burrito, which has just about everything you can imagine in the burrito. And we got the extra larges because we were all kind of talking it up a bit.
No,
which
you pressured
No.
me.
Yeah.
Pressured us.
I
It
was
was-
ready for an irregular.
It was.
I was saying
I could have done a
pound-
little one, and you did
I-
say no.
I
we're
could-
all doing the garbage burrito,
No,
the big
I,
one.
I
Just a
said I
couple
could
names
pound a
earlier.
garbage burrito in high school, no problem. College.
That's not how it happened.
And when I asked for your guys' orders, somebody said extra large.
That's probably me.
Yeah, Grant probably went with the XL.
Yeah.
We could still be eating off of this.
And we
Trying to get the interns in tech.
we ended up all going for them. How many pounds do you think those burritos
5.
were?
Ooh, yeah,
A good
Yeah,
one.
they're
5
yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, I was 3 to 5. Okay, yeah. Oh, so delicious.
So, but the whole thing was that amazed me is, and I love this, was we're on the road. We're about mile, I don't know, we're maybe 100 miles out,
Probably, yeah.
and
yeah.
so you get on the phone, you call your dad
Yeah.
and say, okay, here's the order. Can you run down and
Yeah.
pick it up so it's there for us when we pull in?
Well, I got to be honest, that's not the first time we've done that. I would
Yeah,
say
that was
just about-
awesome.
I think they close at like 8 or 9 o'clock, like super early. So
Right.
The earliest I've ever gotten there before was about 11 o'clock, I'd say. This year was super early. We got in about 9,
Yeah, 'cause I was
9:30.
going to say we rolled in
Great
like
Because we-
9
we-
o'clock.
We rolled out of my house by 5 or 6.
I think
It was
5.
sick.
Well, maybe it was.
I don't know.
Was it 6?
It was early.
It was
I think
earlier.
It was early.
Because
Yeah.
in the years past, we'd get off shift and then 8 a.m. roll out. And
No,
that
no,
3
it was
hours
way
was
before
a
then.
big
It was awesome.
difference.
Yeah.
In 2 hours. But Dad's solid like that. And as we get to the story later on, you'll see how solid my dad is.
Oh yeah, your dad.
On calling in orders.
Yeah,
Clutch,
your dad. That is one person that if you need to make a phone call and you want somebody to be there for you, it's
Yeah.
your dad.
Yeah.
For sure, hands down. Yeah, and I'm sure all our dads would do that, but yours was like over the top.
Oh,
When he goes down and gets us burritos at 9 o'clock at night,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
and not one for himself. That's just selfless.
Right?
He did
Just
not
knows better.
have one.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But
Didn't even get himself
But
one.
okay, so back to these burritos. So they were 5 pounds, right? They had to be.
Yeah.
They were as big as this keyboard. I'm saying.
Close.
And so
Really quick, I know we're radio, not TV, but raise of
Right.
hands. How many people finished theirs? Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3.
no way. No way. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm a lightweight when it
I
comes to
got to
burritos.
admit, I had to take.
But
a break.
you were a
I
little
did not feel good.
Yeah.
I took a halftime
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then came back to mine. But
It was painful for the rest of them. But
Just getting warmed up.
yeah,
yeah. No, that was cool that your dad had all that for us ready when we were there. yeah, so we spent the night there. Your dad was a great host. Then I remember, I mean, we were kind of whirlwind in it too. I mean,
Yeah.
we were down, get there, get something to eat, get some sleep. I don't know. We were back on the road by
We were up
by 6,
six
right?
the next
And we
morning,
were
I'd
out.
say. Well, we went and had breakfast with my mom.
Oh yeah, we had to see your mom,
And that's
which was
been
cool.
so I've gotten used to these schedules going down, at least twice a year.
Yeah.
Get to dad's, spend the night, have breakfast with mom, and then off to the border.
Yeah.
And by lunch you're at the border and ready to hit the peso stand and get to Mexico.
Yeah, which I still don't understand pesos. How much? I mean, I'm still lost on that. I'll work on that for next year, though, or for this year, I guess. Right?
Yeah, 2020.
So, yeah,
And
2020.
don't make it farther away than it is.
I know. We're already, yeah. So yeah, we make a speedy pass through the border, and then I don't know if you were talking about the toll booths down there, but and I tell everybody now, the stories I tell them is, I don't complain about the road systems up here anymore,
Yeah.
but I don't understand the toll booth, because the toll booth is immaculate. It's a
Yeah.
nice area. The pavement is perfect, but you get 300 feet away from it, and the roads are shit. They're like dirt. Where's all the money going?
The toll booth.
Yeah, the
it's
toll booth.
The toll booth operator.
Yeah.
It's beer fund.
Yeah.
I don't know all the history on it, but I believe the whole coastline there, I think they call it their scenic byway, was built with money promised because of the tolls. And so it's kind of a repayment of what was
okay.
built and all
Yeah.
the construction that went into it.
Right on.
And every now and then there's some storms that come through and it washes out a section of them, and they're pretty quick to get it back up and running.
Which we had one while we were down there.
Yeah, we had a little construction area that we had to go off to the other side. And so you can see a little
Which
bit.
I want to pin that, because I laugh my ass off on that construction zone. Even today, thinking about that. I'm going to jump ahead. But when we went to go down, I don't know, we had to go down about 80 miles to pit for the bike, the
Yeah.
1X bike. And we ran down, and we had a construction zone. So the flaggers in the U.S., they're usually, if they can't see each other, they usually are in radio contact, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed down there on that highway, there's no radios, and they can't see each other. And so they're just kind of sitting in their lawn chair with an umbrella, and they're just like, okay, go ahead.
It's
I
NASCAR.
have
They're
no
just
idea.
they're waving
Yeah.
a yellow
They're
flag
like,
in NASCAR.
Oh, yeah,
saying
it seems
there's
like I
something-
haven't had a car come through for a while. I'll let you go. And it's like, that's the signal.
Yeah.
So I don't complain about roads around here anymore. I gotta
Have
crack a beer.
have you? So one thing with us, there's a little bit different rules etiquette of driving down there. After you leave town, you're in the wide open highways.
Yeah.
If you're behind a semi and he can see around a corner that you can't see around, he'll give you that left blinker saying it's clear to pass him.
You know,
and
that
and that's a lot of trust going into
No,
those
yeah,
guys.
that
you know?
kind of freaked me out the first time I saw that.
Yeah, and we have to take our sense with it and see if it seems safe or not.
Yeah.
But there's definitely people that put 100% of their trust into those truckers with their left
Oh,
blinker. So what's funny is then coming back to the U.S. and getting on a road, out in the country, and you see a
yeah.
left blinker, and I'm ready to pass.
Yeah, and it's like, no, don't do that, because he's going to pull out.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Ah,
I got one in there. Yeah. So here's another story that was kind of cool. So when we got there, before anything happened, we got a hotel room, right?
Hey everybody, intern here. Just wanted to let you know you can find We Adventure Northwest on Patreon at www.patreon.com/weadventurenw. Email address is weadventurenw@gmail.com. And you can find us over on Facebook and Instagram at We Adventure Northwest.
Okay, and I'm back. I'll put a commercial in there. So when we got, when we finally got to Ensenada, which I thought was cool because that's the first time I've been to Ensenada.
Yeah, same.
We're seeing the buggies go around and driving downtown, but we have some time to kill. RP's over here farting across.
No,
I think it's the Tecate
blown it
burps.
away.
Oh, is it?
But
Oh, is
to
it
be
the
fair,
Tecate?
The Tecate
across
burps.
the room.
That whole side of the room is.
Oh, it's
It's
just
terrible.
don't light a match.
No.
Don't light a match, you guys.
Sorry.
But when we first got there, it was there was like a tropical depression coming through, right?
I was
And-
depressed.
We were all depressed.
Yeah, we were all depressed. We just got one
Where's
beer
the
down.
sunshine?
Yeah. It's cold. It's rainy. I'd never seen it rain that hard in my life, I don't think.
Yeah, that was a downpour.
Yeah.
That's something Mexico's not used to.
Yeah.
And because of that, they don't have sewer systems. So, all the rain just goes to the lowest point in the city.
And I remember
the-
seeing some of those streets totally flooded, those
Yeah. Swimming
pool.
intersections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Cesspool, not swimming pool.
And everything-
Cesspool.
everything floats out with it. And
But yeah, so they actually had to take a little bit of the course out, right?
yeah, I believe they changed a bit of the course. I know they started it, 7 to 10 miles into the race where it was supposed to come back onto the highway.
But they did the
show start.
show start.
Yeah, so
The
they
traditional
yeah
start.
they announced the bikes and let them go off the line so the spectators can see
But
them.
they didn't jump down in the gully.
No,
and,
they'll
wash.
normally couple turns and then they'll hit the wash. But that wash, as we saw, was full of water.
Mm-hmm.
So they diverted them and just had them drive, the city streets out to the official start
Yeah.
of the race. So it was almost like a liaison,
Yeah.
to get out there. But another thing they did was they postponed the race 24 hours. They postponed it a day.
How many times have you ever seen that?
I had not. I had not seen that before.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
can't
the start pushed
remember a
back a
time-
couple hours.
yeah, I can't
but-
remember a time that was a whole day
Yeah.
ahead or behind.
And there was one year, I'm trying to think, maybe 06, that some hurricanes came through in the south part of the peninsula and washed out a lot of the bridges in between the towns. And so that caused a lot of havoc for chase trucks and washed out the course. So even pre-running the course and then coming race day, it was a different
Yeah.
ball of wax.
Yeah.
But, I'd never seen it postpone a race like that
Yeah.
before.
So we had a little bit of time before the race. So I remember Keith says, "Hey, you guys want tacos?"
Oh, the
Right?
tacos.
Oh, right.
I'm
The
still thinking
tacos
about
were.
them.
But-
Dude, like for real. Yeah. They follow me on Instagram now.
Yep.
I feel
Oh, they
so
don't follow
special.
me yet.
Okay,
I
so
follow them, but they
yeah,
never followed
so
me back.
funny story about that is I'm on Instagram, right, with them, and I like whatever they are, and they instantly follow We Adventure Northwest, right? And Keith looks over to me and says, "What the fuck? I've been down here for years going to this place, and they won't even follow me."
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been down here 10 minutes, bought one taco, and they're already my best friends.
Just one.
Took a stern talking to for Maria to
Yeah, I know,
understand
right?
what's going on.
And then I thought it was funny. God, the tacos were so good, but so
amazing.
cheap.
Can I give a shout out to him?
Yes, you can.
Tacos
for
Floresta.
sure.
Yeah, you
Yes.
got to go Avenida
So
Floresta.
good. Yeah.
And
Maybe they'll be a sponsor for
Oh,
us one of these days.
I would love best
Yeah.
shrimp and fish tacos in Ensenada.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
in anywhere.
Well, probably the world.
Yeah.
So far,
yeah.
the world. For
Yeah,
me.
Yeah,
I,
for
I
sure.
haven't had them better.
But yeah, that was so funny that they just instantly followed me and not Mr. Soto.
Nope. Must not have recognized me.
But then it was kind of funny, the people's reaction, because they didn't realize, I don't think they realized the four of us were together, and you're paying the bill
oh,
for
that's right.
for the tacos, and I don't know how many we had that one night. But
Well, they were,
it was
and
a
they're separate
lot.
prices. Fish tacos are $1, and shrimp are $1.50 or $1.25 or something like
Yeah.
that. Had a couple Coca-Colas,
Yeah.
and so I was telling her how many. I think we had like 17 and 17. I think we had 34 tacos between the four of us.
Yeah.
I remember 37 for some reason.
Oh,
It
Most,
might have
like,
been
yeah.
37.
It could have
Sounds
been.
like a short this whole time. I told somebody we had like 25.
No,
I couldn't
no. It was
Because I-
almost 40
It was almost
tacos.
40.
Because I
We killed
remember
almost 40.
I remember telling her in Spanish that we had 17 and
Yeah.
17 and
Holy crap.
and a couple of the guys at the counter turned around and was like, "Oh my God, you had how many?"
You
And
ate that many?
And I had to tell them, "No, that's all 4 of us. That wasn't just me."
Yeah,
and
they're
got
all,
a good
yeah,
chuckle
yeah,
out of
laughing. Yeah,
good
So that
chuckle
was
out of the
funny.
crowd. But no, I didn't find that place until Kelly went down with me one
Yeah.
year. It must have been like 11 or 2010, 2011. We'd been going down there and we'd found a couple like asada places or the al pastor tacos, but she likes fish tacos. So I asked the guy at the hotel, and he pointed the opposite way of the ocean, which that was a kind of red
Sketchy.
flag at first.
Yeah.
So then I went
Because
to
it's
the
down in the middle of town.
it is. Probably 6 blocks from where
Yeah.
we're, the race and everything is. So then I asked the guy at the gas station, and he gave me the exact same directions. And I was like, that's 2 people that don't know each other. And
Yeah.
so we tried it, and best decision ever. We've
Yeah.
been going back there multiple times every year.
I remember I had to laugh because my sister says, "Oh yeah, I've been to Ensenada. It's a beautiful place." I said, "No, you haven't been to Ensenada.
Yeah.
You've been to tourist Ensenada.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have not been to
Yep.
downtown Ensenada.
They went to Lopez Mateo.
Yes,
that street.
yes.
Yeah.
You have not Ubered.
That's right.
Ubers.
Uber. Let's talk about Uber for a minute. So Uber down there costs us.
So the first
$3?
time I went to book one, because one of the locals at that Tacos Florestas said that, like, why get a taxi? Go get a Uber. And it was 60 pesos. And I was trying to do the math in my head, and I was like, God, that's $3. That's $3.50.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be right.
It's pretty steep.
Yeah. Well, and what were we going? We went 4 or 5 miles
Yeah, it was
to the
No,
house.
we were going. Yeah, we were going a long ways.
And I was just like, that can't be right. And I had to ask the guy again, and sure enough. And
Yeah.
So once I got the credit card bill, they did add, like a little bit, for fees or the currency exchange kind of a deal. Still kept it under $4. Like, it was still
that's crazy.
It was pennies that they added to it.
But I will say this though, because you were riding in the front seat.
Yeah.
You had plenty of leg and elbow room.
I wouldn't
The
say
3 of
plenty,
us are
but-
riding in the back of these Ubers, and I don't remember how many we took.
A lot.
Yeah,
5,
quite a bit
6.
because it was easier. But I swear to God, the cars were getting smaller and smaller
were.
each time.
Keith
At
was
one-
ordering them smaller.
I
and
know.
smaller
I think
each
so.
time.
At one point, we had to start rolling down the windows just to have enough room for 3 of us to be in the back.
Well, then we ordered the extra large.
That's because
Uber
I talked
extra
you
large.
into it.
It wasn't that much
I
bigger.
know. I talked him into it. I go, Keith, please, let's just spend the extra $2 and let's get the
doubled
larger
the bill.
Yeah, let's get the bigger Uber. And he's like, okay.
No.
I can't remember, but I don't think it was that much bigger.
No,
It wasn't.
No,
No,
it was
it
the same
wasn't.
size
Yeah.
as the first one.
Yeah.
That last one we had for $3
Yeah.
was really small.
Was that the guy with the death stare?
That was the
Yeah.
guy that you took
Yeah.
the selfie. He was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
I
You-
was not
you guys
comfortable
dead.
with that guy.
Yeah.
And
He was
you
not
guys
a
saw, I was trying to chit-chat with all the drivers and get a little backstory, see, and all of them were pretty good. Not that dude.
No,
I just
he
had
didn't
the
want to say
vibe. I'm
anything.
not asking him shit. Like,
Yeah, but it
go
was
south.
funny because we wanted to go to dinner one night at something Bone.
Carbones.
Carbones.
Oh, the potato place.
Yeah, Carbones. So we want to go to Carbones, and from the house, so we get the Uber. He comes there, and he's sitting. Yeah, nice. See,
Sorry.
the Tecate. It's
Got away from the mic.
and but we all get in there, and this guy, I don't know about you, but I thought he was taking us down some sketchy
I
neighborhoods.
thought we were gonna die.
So
Get there, yeah. I
And
thought
he looked like a
okay.
nice guy,
I think
and-
he's hooked
Yeah, they
up
all
with
look
the
nice.
He was
cartel.
a
They're
young
selling
kid,
you
like
to-
18
yeah.
or something, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Wasn't
he
that
was
the young
he was
guy?
a young guy, and when we were looking at the little map thing that came up, there was a whole bunch of traffic, you know, and there's only 2 major streets really to get
Right.
to point A to point B.
And each intersection is dirt and potholed.
Yeah, and it's first come first serve. Like, stop signs aren't like the U.S.
Dude, that's what. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to tell everybody.
Yeah.
A 4-way stop here is not a
has bigger
four-way
balls?
stop down
Yeah.
there.
Down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, you know how it's like 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
And it could be 3.
It
It's
depends on
whatever
how many
you want it to
The
be.
scooter lane.
The scooter lane, the
Yeah.
bus
Yeah,
lane.
the bus lane.
Yeah. So he started to take some back routes to get us to Carbone's.
Yeah.
And I've been down there since 01, 02. I mean, I know my way around.
And you
decently.
raced down there a couple years, right?
Yeah, I raced up until 07 and then
Yeah.
transitioned over. So I know my way around pretty good. I'm not going to say I'm a local or an expert, but he took a few of those turns, and I was like, if I didn't know this town, I'd be pretty scared right now. Because some of those look like dark back alleys.
Well,
You didn't bother to tell us, though, that we were still okay.
No, and that was kind of a little bit for me. Like, I was having fun with you guys being scared.
Yeah, because I was going to say, the 3 of us are in the back, and it's like dark alley we're driving down. And
Hell, I should have told him in
not right.
Spanish, like, just to start screaming or something. Like,
Yeah.
just
like, get down. Yeah. But, no, I think that made the adventure even that much funner.
just another story.
Yeah, one more story.
Yeah.
So, but we did finally get on the bike, and we got to pit and all that, which was fun. But you ask, which I thought was really cool, each one of us, I think, you ask us, what was our favorite thing about down there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw that right back at you. What was your favorite thing about that trip we did?
About our trip. Well, we haven't got to that part of the story yet.
Right.
But no, the usually it's the kids. The kids will come out of the woodworks. I feel like some of the first English words they learn is sticker.
Yeah.
And they're usually like wanting a sticker, and it just makes them happier than hell to get some stickers or a poster.
Yeah.
And to see us down there, I love to see the looks on those kids' faces when we come to town.
And I have to agree, because I think when you and I were on that dirt road going across we had pit 4 and 5.
Yeah.
When we were going across, and you pulled over for all those kids, and that was the highlight of the trip for me. It was crazy to see how those kids just come right to the truck, and that's, And
now this year we did the chase truck. That was our assignment. So we had to go down to pit 4, help them out there, then move over to pit 5, help them out there. But when I've been assigned a stationary pit, like where I just stay in one location, and back in the day when it was through Honda, and then Johnny Campbell, Bruce Ogilvie were running it, we had Honda pits. And so anybody that rode a Honda could pay for our service. So we would pit the factory bikes, and then any of the Honda customers that wanted to pay for our pits. So there was times where I would be in a location for 12 to 30 hours, depending on where we were on the course, waiting for those Hondas to come through and pit them. So the locals would come out, and it's tradition this time of year that they go around the course and they camp out for a couple days. They watch the bikes come through, they watch the trucks come through, they just camp out for a few days. So we would have families just camp with us, just kind of become part of the team, so we could start giving them little assignments, having them refill our dump cans, doing different things. And we would always bring extra hats and stickers and shirts and give them to say thank you. But I started packing coloring books and crayons and pencils.
Oh, really?
and pads of paper, things that I think they could use down there as the kids.
Yeah.
And so if we spent a little bit more time with them, I'd start giving them some of those extra little things that I brought down to them. And,
that is cool.
I think it
never
was
thought about that.
Yeah, I thought it was well received. But when you're driving down those roads and kids wanting stickers, it's hard to try to hand out extra stuff. Than that. But I love the people of Baja California. I think they have good hearts. You get outside of the big cities like south of Ensenada, and you guys saw some of those little towns we went through. I think they're just excited that we're there, experiencing how they live and what they have to offer, and they just want to sell you the goods that they're making or growing.
Yeah, and I think that's what I've talked to a lot of people about, because they're all about everybody's about the cartel and the crime, and I said, no, you have got to go, and I think you guys would agree, you have to go down there, you have to experience it. The people, you get outside the cities, and the people are just so welcoming, and it's it's not like up here. I mean, we are so blessed for what we do have and the opportunities we have. You get down there, they don't know what we have, really, because they don't want for anything because they don't know that.
Absolutely.
What we have. And I think that makes it such a better experience. And yeah, seeing the parents were out there with the kids, that just really tugged at my heart when I was down there. So that was really cool.
Yeah. So we kind of answered that. So let's put it.
Let's
this is
put
Ryan's first year. Let's go with Ryan or RP.
Honestly, all of it. I can't. It's hard to pick out one specific thing. I mean, because you've already talked about the drive down, everything down there. It was all a good time. We talked about it before coming up. I hope I'm invited this year.
Yeah.
Because I would do it again in a hot second. It was every bit of it, just the whole thing. It was a fun guys trip, just all of it.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the camaraderie that we had was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, he and I had never met each other, Grant and I.
Yeah.
And we spent a whole freaking day together in a truck, screaming through roads that we had no freaking clue where we were going.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we had a good time. Saw some creepy cemeteries. I mean, it was super
Cactuses.
fun.
Keith and I spent half the time broke down. Yeah. But we'll get to that story.
We'll get there. Hold on. A couple more. Take a pee break first.
Yeah, for sure.
But, it was. I enjoyed the entire thing.
Yeah.
All of it was fun.
Yeah, I have to agree. Grant.
Same. I'm gonna have to say the same thing. I mean, it's all a good time. My favorite thing this year was coming back with everything that I took with me.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Last year.
Oh yeah,
within the
because
first hour-
what happened last time?
So within the first hour of being in Mexico, we kind of parked downtown where all the stuff's going on, and it was, I mean, complete daylight. Didn't look like a super sketchy alley or anything. Mm-hmm. Came back and my bag that had everything in it and a couple other things from the truck, jump starter and stuff like that was gone.
Yeah.
So for the next 4 days of Mexico and driving home, I had nothing. So we went to Walmart. I tried to buy some clothes and underwear, socks. Well, they reuse packaging down there. So the boxers that I bought looked like normal boxers, were like 6-year-old.
Oh, nice.
So I couldn't wear those. So for the next 4 to 5 days, I wore the same boxers, same socks.
So that was
same thing the entire
that
time.
really was tighty whities.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
But like he said, it's everything makes the whole trip of it. I mean, it's a good time down there, and you can't even really just pick one thing. I mean, the tacos. I love food, so tacos might be my favorite thing. And especially like once you kind of get back into the U.S. and have that little bit of relief that you're not gonna get shaken down.
Yeah.
You can put all your money into the same pocket again.
Yeah.
And it's not all spread out all over you. That's kind of a good feeling.
Yeah, that's one feeling I do enjoy when we cross the border.
Yeah,
on the 5, we hit the 805. It's just that a little bit of freedom.
Yeah,
like we're back in the U.S.
Sense of relief.
I'm glad to be home, but God, it's such an adventure to go down there.
But yeah, I was gonna say the whole time I was down there, it was like I really wasn't thinking that, and maybe it's because I was naive and I just love the adventure, but and it's like. It drives the intern nuts. It's like, I don't care what happens. I'll figure it out after it happens, But, so, like I said, for me, it was the people, really, down there. And actually being out of – I loved, when we were down there in getting tacos and being able to be down with the real people, not the – I like to kind of say the facade people.
I like the resort.
Yeah.
The touristy.
Because I think every time the intern and I have gone to Mexico, it's like it's all inclusive and you don't really see the real thing.
And they're trying to cater to the Americans.
They are
at a lot of those resorts, and they do a pretty good job. It's
they
nice
do.
to be there, but I'm with you. You don't see the real day in day out people. That are like we saw at the taco stand. Mm-hmm. They were calling in orders and stopping to pick up dinner on their way home for their families.
I mean, it's like the people like you and I that are just making $1 every day, and that's what they do. Yeah, and so that was pretty fun.
I've been trying to figure out how to open a taco stand up here, like how
It wouldn't work.
No,
They're not going to taste as good.
No.
but also it would just be us buying them. Like, I wouldn't make
How do
any
you
money.
actually
And-
make money?
And
wouldn't
I don't
make
think
any
we can
money
make
at
them that
this.
cheap.
No way.
Yeah, Cisco does not deliver that cheap.
Nope. True story.
Yeah.
So let's. We're in Ensenada.
Yeah, we're in Ensenada.
So we're getting ready for the race. We
Yep.
had a day delay.
Yep.
So then it's coming down to assignments. We know we're going to be chasing down Highway 1, doing a rear wheel change on the bike, and then we get offered another opportunity.
Which was funny how it got up, Yeah, because the four of us are sitting around with Mark and at the table, and he kind of sprung that on us. Okay, so you've got the book, the layout of what we're doing, where our pits are, what the time is, and then out of the blue, he kind of says, "Hey,
By the way, we need somebody to refill the helicopter.
it's like helicopter."
Yeah, would you guys be interested in filling the helicopter, taking my truck?
Yeah,
And it was like, wait, you want us to drive a Ford
wait, what?
Raptor
yeah.
with 100 gallons of
Of
aviation fuel in the back?
fuel?
Yeah.
And we're going off road? Yeah.
Tell you what, let's take two guys that have never been to Mexico and have them do it.
Yeah.
Give them this little GPS
Which is
point that
pretty
doesn't
much
work,
what
that doesn't have
happened.
phone service.
It doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, I was selfish. I said, because I'm a bike guy, I'm not a helicopter guy. I'm like, I hope somebody else. I sat back in the corner. Hope somebody else ponies up because I really want to work on the bike. I don't want to do the helicopter.
Well, and I think that worked out well.
It did.
Yeah.
And the
I felt
pictures
bad
that I
you
saw.
guys, you guys
Yeah.
couldn't come down and help work on the bike, but we were going down to join up with Pit 4, which had some awesome guys from Washington. That have
Yeah,
been, they've been pit captains longer than I've been,
Yeah.
racing down there. So, good guys. But you guys had your own little adventure. Ended up taking was it a Toyota Tundra?
Yeah.
I think
Brand
down there.
new one,
yeah,
right?
Almost brand new, yeah.
Yeah,
brand
because
new.
the Raptor
Wasn't running
was,
right.
yeah,
Something
it
with
was
Ford.
dead.
So, found on road dead. Is that
Yeah,
Ford?
Yep.
yeah, pretty much Ford.
Easy.
Wow.
Uh,
So yeah,
so you guys ended
how
up
was that?
going up towards Rancho Coyote and
Yes.
Meeting up
Well, it was
with
nice because we folled you guys almost the
Half
entire way.
the way, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more than
And
half
then
the
we-
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
Cut
followed
over
us
what?
down to almost the pit.
Yeah, and we cut over, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Something like that or
it's
something.
not
I don't know.
that far up that road.
It wasn't, but, the little, the spot we were given is like, it doesn't exist. It's not there. Like,
So
we get
how
there,
was the road
we-
going over there?
Great.
Yeah,
it was,
it's all-
it was
it's all
just
paved.
a
Oh,
curvy
is
paved
it?
road. It was,
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And you guys were pretty close to the BFG pits, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
because
a
that was
ways
kind of
from
our
them.
waypoint. They
That was
said,
like
once
the
you
one main
see
thing that
this,
we
yeah,
knew. They're like, find the BFG pits, go down
yeah,
the road.
you're right there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, where they told us.
And then
was
watch
gonna
for the
be
helicopter.
Another road was not
Yeah,
there,
there's no road. It's like a cattle
and it
fence.
was fenced in.
And
was,
there's-
really.
You could kind of see that there maybe was a road there, like
50 years ago.
okay, yeah, probably generously 50 years ago.
well,
And,
see, I
we're
think
like,
that's part of the adventure is
we
the
dude, we drove-
unknown.
I don't know how many times we drove back and forth. Like
We
okay,
talked to
Yeah.
the guy.
we gotta
like
we gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
thinking that we're just
The
lost.
actual score people sitting around there didn't really speak English. We
had
tried
no
talking to
idea.
them. They had some dude run down the road that could speak English, and
Oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had no idea what we were trying to say.
Yeah.
So they reuse portions of the course each year for different races. They'll reroute them different areas. So that was an area of the Baja 500 course where I was waiting for a bike that broke down and we didn't get to, and that radios were bad back then. I think it was maybe 05-ish or so, and I sat there all day waiting for our bike to come through and never came through. And
Oh, no.
our guys radioed BFG and said they got a relay, and I was sitting next to them. And communications back then weren't what they are now. I mean, there's some really good relays and setups going up. But you guys ended up hooking up with the Eddies up there, right? Matt and Max
Yeah,
Eddy's dad.
we sat there, we turned the radio on, and finally we kind of got to a point where like, well, fucking, we'll just wait for them to say something, and then we'll know,
Yeah.
or wait till we hear a
Yeah.
helicopter. And then I don't know if we heard them first, or They got on the
called us
radio. Yeah. And we're just like, holy shit, that's us. Yeah. Oh, we have purpose. And Grant started talking to him, and he's like, you know what? 1X bike's way behind me. Let's just land it on the road.
Gotcha.
Or on the route. And he's like, well, yeah. So we went out there and had fun. It was
You
super
guys
cool.
were on the race course?
Yeah.
They landed on the
Yeah,
course.
he put us right on the course.
What
was
the-
it the paved road though? Was it
No.
part of that road?
No.
Okay.
It was,
dirt.
I don't know, 150 yards maybe
Yeah.
off the
Dude,
off
I
the
didn't
paved
know
road.
that.
Yeah, landed us
now
right
I
on
am jealous.
the course.
Yeah?
But yeah,
neat.
they dropped and put some fuel in there and took off. And what did we see? Get to see the bike for like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
long did it take you guys to actually refuel? By the time he saw you, landed, you guys fueled. And you guys, did you put the fuel in, or
No,
was it the pilot? Or
he did it.
The
The pilot did it
it
himself. Yeah,
Okay.
he had us hand him everything,
Yeah.
and he did it all himself.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very long. Maybe he might have been on the ground 10 minutes.
That's- yeah,
at
about
the
10
very
minutes.
most.
Really? Yeah.
And
Really?
gone. Hmm.
And he took all the fuel you guys had?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they space it out and plan it pretty good. down
Wow.
there. We refueled the helicopter in, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago at the 500. I took
Yeah.
Randy Voigt down with
Yeah.
me, and we were up by like Rancho Melling, and same thing. Colton was in the helicopter at that time. They landed, pulled the truck up, fueled it, and then he waited for they were running 2 bikes that year, waited for both bikes to come through, and then he took off again. And that's some cool footage to have that,
Oh, yeah.
going on there. So
Well, and what I didn't think of either is they can only fly those in the daylight.
Mexico won't allow them to fly at night
Yeah.
down there. So
But so that's got to. What do the riders think? I mean, because that's their kind of lifeline.
I think it's
right?
just an extra cushion, because all of us have been riding and racing, most of our life. So we get used to being out there by ourselves, knowing some of the dangers. So I think I only ever had communication with it once, but it was just an extra safety blanket is what it felt like.
Right.
But I'm assuming that's what those guys are going off of. The first bikes, you don't know if there's going to be cattle or cars going backwards on the course or things like that. So having
Right.
that extra safety blanket of the unknown, because the guys pre-run for a month, ahead
Oh
of time.
yeah.
So they've got the course down. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to have. So
Yeah, it was super fun because after he took off, I think we heard the bike was coming pretty quick because we were kind of bummed a little bit because we're like, oh, crap, we're not going to get to see the bike at all. And then it worked out to where Eddie,
But he
his
does a wheelie
dad and
right
brother-
in front of you guys.
oh yeah, it
Yeah.
totally paid off in the end. But it's dad and his brother, right?
yep, they were both
Yeah.
chasing for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they come up and they're like, yeah, we're waiting for him, and we got to watch him. They were waiting to hand him like a snack and a drink or something like that, and he's like, yeah, I don't want that. Just
Yeah,
Yep.
goggles,
Wheelied away
from
gloves, and all
Yeah.
that. And you just
Yeah,
flew
nothing.
right past.
it was pretty cool because he went from like a spot on the hill to just wheeling away in like, I don't know,
Yeah.
10 seconds. I don't know. It was
That's
fast.
that's a great feeling.
It was fun. It was
So
super
it was
freaking fun.
it was kind of funny because Keith and I pitted for him first, where he did the rider change.
Yeah, Shane Esposito got off. We took lights off, checked an oil.
Yep, did a
and
wheel
did
change.
Did a rear wheel and a rider change.
Yeah, so we had a fairly big pit. We didn't have the huge pit
Yeah,
where they
not-
do everything, filters and oil and all that, but
Yeah.
we had that pit, and then which was freaking awesome.
That was good.
Yeah,
got
that
some
was
video
fun.
of that one.
Yeah, we did, and I'll try to put that up on Patreon. But then we ran east and kind of got in. We were just in a kind of a wash,
Yeah, just a
area.
little wash. Our pit 5 was there, and we were
kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
maybe 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
driving time.
Yeah.
from where that
To get
pit
over
4
there.
was. So, yeah.
But it was kind of funny because it put the rider on a blind corner
yeah,
where we were pitting, and I put the GoPro up on the window, and so it could time us and see the pit. But as you're up front, you're trying to flag him down as he's coming around that blind corner, and I remember standing pretty close to him as he's coming in and hearing him just spew the F word because he's got the front brake completely locked up, and
Yeah.
the back brake completely. I mean, he's digging that bike into the sand, and that was an oh shit moment for a pit, which
Yeah.
was. I don't know if that was the best place for a pit.
I think scouting it out, they'd had him there in the past, but I don't know if it was running the opposite direction and maybe
Yeah.
a better look at it. But those were the coordinates for it, and just access for us to get to it.
Which was easy access for us
Yeah.
to get in there. Not so good for the bike. The bike. It was you got to see us and then hammer on the brakes, dynamite the brakes, which was funny. But we timed it out. It was fun. 11 seconds.
I think 11 to dump probably about 3 gallons of fuel.
Yeah.
And I don't think he took goggles or nutrition
Didn't take
or
anything but fuel. I remember you were knocking all the dirt because with the rain that we had a lot of mud. So you were knocking the mud off, and I was cleaning for the fuel.
Yeah.
And we got him in and out pretty fast.
Yeah. He was on it.
And then we jump in the truck to get out of there to go meet up with these two.
Yeah.
And what happens, Keith?
I turned the key and we heard click, click, click. And I
Did
thought,
we even hear a click, click, click?
I did. Yeah. And
Okay,
I thought,
so it was a click, click, click.
I thought, oh no, because I had it another year where I forgot my radio was hooked into the truck battery, and I left the radio on for the 12 hours in the pit, and we went to turn it on, and I had a dead battery, and so I thought, there's no way we weren't even here a half an hour.
No, but I
killed the
will say
battery.
this: when we did start out at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning in Oregon. The truck didn't start real well. It
bit of a
lagged
slow
a little.
start.
It's a little weak.
It was a little weak, right?
And
So,
that's how
okay.
it's been since I bought that truck, and I
Yeah,
I haven't had a gas Dodge truck before,
right.
Dodge
and,
thing.
and I just thought, it must be how it is. The Cummins just fired right up.
It's just hard. Yeah.
I've had multiple things on it tested, and all came back good, so I just let it ride.
So Keith and I are out in the middle of nowhere, right? In this little wash area, and we got the other guys that were on pit.
The pit 5 guys were from
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, they were hanging out with us.
Yeah.
They were down there, and I remember you getting in there and going click, and I'm going, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
that Keith said. Okay, there's something shitty that happens every time I come down here.
Every time you go to Baja, there's always one obstacle to overcome, and some are smaller than others.
Yeah, and I'm
you
thinking,
but
this is it.
there's always one thing to overcome. And at first, I hadn't said anything, but I thought it was the rain.
Right.
Us having the race postponed a day.
Right.
I thought that might be it, but I didn't say it. So when this happened, I was like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
We got other guys here with us. Luckily, 1 or 2 of them were retired electrical engineers.
Yeah.
And so
The one.
They hopped on it with some tools and started testing stuff. And one guy got underneath and took a wrench and tapped on the starter, and lo and behold, it started. Fired right up. So got it back, and we're doing the self-diagnosis as we're driving back to meet up with these boys.
Yep.
Saying, oh, it was probably 4-wheel drive to reverse to get into there. It was just an odd angle. I still had it in 4-wheel drive. Like
We
I
had
probably
some
was
pressure against the
yeah, I probably just bind it on the starter, and it would just happenstance. The guy hit it, knocked it loose. It
Yeah,
was
we're good to go.
We're fine. So we get to the burrito stand that the Eddies were talking about. Turned out to be closed. And I thought, no, I'm just going
Which were supposed to be the bomb.
I've heard.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll just give it a test and turn it off and turn it back on again just to prove that I'm right. And turned it off and click. Wouldn't start
Son
again.
of a
I never should have turned it off.
no.
So we get everybody underneath, start looking at it, playing with stuff, trying to tap it again. It's not starting. And so just think, you know what? It's fine. We got 80 miles to go to Ensenada.
Yeah.
I got a tow strap. We'll tow back, and there's a whole bunch of Yankees.
But wait a minute.
Pick aparts.
We want to see the trophy trucks.
So that was the original
Yeah.
goal, was to stop and see the trucks. But I'm trying to think of survival now. It's like, well, we got to get back, get this thing going.
I know you're not in fun mode, and the
No.
three of us are back in fun mode.
Yeah. And so somebody was underneath and bumped the cable. Was that Ryan? Was that you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so he said, "Well, hit it one more time." And I went to start it, and he bumped the cable and
it fired.
watched it arc underneath and then fired up. So,
And that truck never shut down.
no, so that was 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't turn it off until midnight when we got to my dad's in San Bernardino. We stopped for fuel
Yeah.
Poor
twice.
Dodge.
Yeah.
We were at the borderline. We changed our pesos.
Yeah.
We got a Little Caesars pizza,
Yeah.
and we
Never
never
shut that
like
That was the
thing on.
best Little Caesars pizza, by the way.
By the way, never shut that thing off for what, 15 hours, 16 hours, something like that.
crazy.
Yeah, but turns out over time that nut that held the electrical component on the starter had backed out and then arced itself like
Which
on
made it loose.
Yeah, so it looked like it was on there, and it had just enough connection to kind of chug itself on. But going down that dirt road to Pit 5, it probably broke itself loose. That was the issue. So, going back to my story about how my dad is just solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call up
We're in
AutoZone.
line. We're in line to get across the border.
Yeah. I call up AutoZone. They've got one in stock there in San Bernardino. Called my dad. He went over, bought it, and had it sitting there waiting for us when we got back. What, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Ryan got under there. We got
Yeah,
it in.
I
and
think
I think we were
under
kind of
there.
all under there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
which I was ready to throw in the towel. It's like, we'll do it in the morning when we wake
No.
up. And
well,
that-
that'd
no.
been a long
some
day.
beers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
it was, but it was good peace of mind to know that it was done. And
Yeah.
get some shut eye. But yeah, that was a nice little obstacle to overcome and to get it done.
And we did it. And it was fun.
And that beer tasted delicious
That was
after
great
we
beer.
finished that.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, we've been in this about an hour.
we're gonna have to do a part 2.
I think we.
Yeah,
I
still
think.
have a whole
probably
bunch
gonna
more
have to happen.
stories that
I
we
think we are
already
going to have to do a part 2, and I hate to cut it off, but each one of these is about an hour,
Yeah.
so we'll cut this one off. But we got to do this again, you guys. We'll get
Yeah,
together,
for sure.
Drink some. What are we drinking?
Tecate.
Tecate Light. We'll ride some dirt bikes out here and just have a heck of a lot of fun. So, yeah. So we got the Baja build going on, so we can all go do a little
We're
riding.
gonna pre-run next year. Yeah.
And I will tell you guys already, the trash talk has started because as I'm putting on my hand guards, saying, "Gosh, I want to put these on just right so I don't get any rocks flipped up on me and hit my hands." Some wise ass over there says, "Don't worry about it. You won't even be close." So it's like, oh, this is how we're playing it, huh?
Yep.
So yeah, so we were having fun in the shop. So yeah, with that said, I want to thank you guys for being over here and sharing some stories. Like I said, that's about half of our stories. We've got quite a few more. So if you guys are into it, I'll have you guys back out on the next one.
And then we got to figure out how to get this to Mexico to just record it down there.
I know,
Yeah.
and I talked to you about that. I want to do a kind of mobile where we
Yeah.
go, and which I've already figured out. So the next one will be all mobile.
I like it.
Yeah. So with that said, I like to toast this out. So let's grab a glass so we can hear it.
Oh, they
Intern.
took our stuff.
Intern stole it.
Intern. So let's put a little.
right.
Let's put a little beer in these things.
Glass.
Can I have somebody?
Yeah,
I drank
you
all
got a
mine.
little bit.
I drank all mine.
So this is how we end the.
He's
Yeah.
No.
No. So with that said, great show, you guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Let's take a sip on that. And you guys have been listening to We Adventure Northwest. Thank you so much. And remember, be a Patreon. It's just a few bucks a month. And be safe out there on all your adventures. So
Ride red.
yeah, there we go. Well, and you can throw in an orange there too.
A little bit.
See you guys. Bye.